It's becoming a bit of a trademark, guys, and welcome to the Gunner Pavilion. Arsenal 1-0 victory against Crystal Palace. Champions of control, kings of composure. Eberechi Eze against his old club had to be, just simply had to be. Composure, great finish. Hitch finish. I don't care how it goes in, it went in. And again, it was from another set piece, guys. Let's break it down on three ups, three downs. Okay, guys, let's start with the man of the moment, Eberechi Eze. This was one of those games that I said in my preview that was very poetic. It was always going to happen that Eberechi was going to play against Crystal Palace and would have something to say about the outcome of this game. It wasn't the most fluid game, as you would call it. Eberechi Ebe had flashes of moments of brilliance, none other than the goal that decided this game ultimately. But he was dropping into pockets, and you can see that he really wanted to, put in a good showing. And the goal finish, the celebration, respectful. I can live with that. But more importantly, he was there at the moment, right where Arsenal needed. And listen, if you look at that set piece goal again, guess who was also behind it? It was Gabriel. Gabriel leaping forward over, the Palace players to knock that ball in, and then Eze finishing it up. Listen, that is great. Is what you get from 60 million. Those margins, we're talking about it, the margins that ultimately decide the Premier League game. And that's another clean sheet, guys, which takes me, to my second up of the day. It was game management, clean sheet game management. This was not one of those games where Arsenal was going to give you a highlight reel. It wasn't going to be 20 pass touch, straight into the goal. This was always going to be difficult to play against, but ultimately having that quality in front of goal that makes a difference. Fair play to Crystal Palace. They came in and they made the first half, as good as they could have played. And Arsenal would have been concerned, especially in the last 20 minutes, the way Crystal Palace played. They were all over Arsenal like a rash. They were making a lot of chances. And then Nketiah comes into the play, and he also was a handful. But Arsenal threw in, defensive players on came Merino, on came Hincapie, on came Mosquera, who came in for Saliba earlier on, but Lewis Kelly came in as well. Martinelli was probably the most offensive player that came on the pitch, as well as Merino, but it was about getting the job done. Structure, rotation, slowing down Crystal Palace counters. That's grown up football, guys. Grown up football, and exactly what City has been doing for years. And people don't talk about it. Why? Because they remember the goals that they go and score 4 and 5, and those will come. But there are games like this that you just got to get the win no matter what, and just watch the table and see what happens. And it's been a good weekend for Arsenal as well. And that actually brings me to my third up. And I've got to say, Gyokeres. Oh my goodness, this player put in a shift. And I know a lot of people are going to be saying Gyokeres didn't score a goal and all of that, but oh my goodness. It's been a while since I saw a center forward play like that for Arsenal. He was immense. He was part of the defensive structure. He was helping out in the defense. I counted about two or three clearances when the ball came into the box that Gyokeres did, and then he was a willing runner all throughout 90 minutes. Fair play to him. And listen, I think this is what we've been lacking, right? We've been lacking that person to actually keep the defensive players occupied throughout the game. They couldn't switch off because he was more than likely to do something. And I wish he had a goal to crown his efforts, but I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. Okay, guys, let's look at our three downs. We always have to look at three downs. What can we improve on our way to this Premier League title? And the first one, we gotta stop getting injuries. Honestly, we gotta stop getting injuries. I'm sure we'll hear the details about what happened to Saliba, why he didn't come out in the second half. But again, another concern. We almost, every game that we have, we're always talking about a player coming off for some knock or the other. We can't afford to be doing this, so that for me is a down. And it's the same thing with Declan Rice, and I'm cheating a little bit with my second down. But Declan Rice also went off as well, had a bit of a knock. I think it was precautionary. I think it was. He's played a lot of minutes this season. He has played a lot of minutes, and I'm hoping that we don't see him in that cup game in midweek. I think he deserves to get a rest. It would be good to see other players come in when Neri comes in. I want to see, Gabriel take a rest. I know it's Brighton, and Brighton will undoubtedly play their strongest team because they might be sensing a weakness. So Arteta's got some decisions that he needs to make in that cup game in midweek. And then, of course, the last down for me is the ruthlessness in front of the final third. I know I said in the up that this wasn't a game for flashy highlight reels. We came close. I just want us to finish things a bit more ruthlessly. There was a chance that Gyokeres had, and in my head, I was thinking to myself, as I was making my notes, I was like, Haaland would score that. Haaland would have scored that. And maybe that is the difference. I know he needs to keep working on that. I've got full confidence that he will continue to be better, but we just need to be better. We need to be better. I know that this habit of just winning despite anything is not something that is always sustainable for a 38 game season, but long may it continue, guys. So, guys, I just wanted to jump on, do 3 ups, 3 downs. It's been a pretty long week. Was away from home, a long drive from Birmingham back home to catch the Arsenal game. And I wanted to drop that because we'll be doing also our preview to the cup game as well. So that's Arsenal now. I've gone 6 clean sheets in the Premier League. I've only considered 3 goals. Look, the team is maturing right in front of our eyes. And I think the only question is, can we keep everyone fit? Can we keep everyone fit? And can we go all the way to win this Premier League title? That's the Pavilion Debrief, guys. Listen, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button as well. Please, I do appreciate all of you. And thank you for watching this. I'll see you guys at the next Pavilion episode.